Hi, welcome, beautiful souls. My name is Anu. Welcome to my channel. This is ProDivinity 1111. I am doing live for the first time because it was just taking forever to upload videos. So I hope this works, and I hope I can save it later. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. So this is for Leo for the month of August. Again, these are general readings. Sun, Moon, Rising. Pick which works best for you. Sometimes you want to look at more either sun or rising. Most astrologers think rising is more accurate because it's what you're supposed to do in this lifetime, versus sun is what you're born with, right? Those are inherent qualities. If you're an existing subscriber, thank you for coming back. If you're new, welcome. I really request as an energy exchange, please like, subscribe, share. That way we get to build our community, right? So with that, let me see if I had anything else to add here. Oh, just like a new spread this month, I'm doing a 9-card spread instead of the Celtic Cross because this has been coming really strong and I've been like guided to do this. We'll do a 9-card beginning, middle, end of the month, and then we'll clarify with the Lenormand deck. And at the end, there'll be a surprise question. Not a surprise, well, you can ask one question and we'll draw an answer from Angel's Tarot. All right, so let's see. Let's get started. I've pre-shuffled these many times, but just for camera, I know people like to see that. Okay, so beautiful Leos. What do we have? What are the energies for Leo? Beginning of the month, we have Ace of Wands. There you go. Really powerful beginning. You come in and starting the month with a spark of creativity, right? There's a bright idea, bright passion. These are, again, wands are passion. So most likely I read them as more on the career, money, finance side, but sometimes they can also be more passion, like as in relationships, right? So starting the month out, fire sign with fire in your season, which is great. Then you have the Seven of Swords, being cautious. What are we looking out for? What battles are we facing, and what are we gathering and moving on? So we'll clarify this. It's the beginning of the month, and then a lot of movement. Again, more fire. I'm not surprised. That's how it goes. So 8 of Wands is really probably can sometimes be actual physical movement, but could also be a lot of communication, just like a lot of back and forth with other people. Or generally travel. Now, I know it's a time where not a lot of people are able to travel, so we'll clarify what this is about. So starting the month with enough fire in our sign, let's see, as we get into the middle of the month, the Wheel of Fortune. So whatever this was, it's probably turning around. Your luck is turning. There's also Lion's Gate, which is, I'm recording this on the 7th, it's tomorrow, 8/8. It is, you want to look it up. Again, I'm not an astrologer, but it has very strong energies. And especially being in Leo and fire sign, it's got very opportunistic energies opening up. So, and you already got the Wheel of Fortune. So things are changing for the better. You got the Fool in the middle. It's an absolute new beginning. So you're taking the leap of faith. And the way I read is like in the 9 card, the center card is really your core energy. So you have a lot of, I would say, optimism in there. Let's stay in that energy and see how the rest of the month pans out. You're taking a leap of faith on something. And you're the Queen of Swords, middle of the month. So Queen of Swords is really cutting out all the crap, not taking any nonsense from anybody, just knowing exactly what you want and going for it, while also operating from a place of compassion, because it's the queen, not the king. So queens tend to be gentler, but very firm in their ideas, okay? So how are we closing out? The Hangman, all right? Taking a different perspective on things that may have happened in the past. I'm going to clarify that. King of Cups. Again, coming into your power, but also holding on. I like this. So it says a little bit of a embracing of the softer side, which is great because you're a fire sign. So embracing the cups. Again, King of Cups is someone who is very poised and in charge of their emotions. They know how to handle their emotions, and they don't suppress them, and they also don't get overwhelmed by them. So that's pretty good. And then, oh, okay, we're going to clarify why there is Nine of Swords at the end of the month. So what are you stressing out about? Because honestly, you have very strong Fool energy, the Wheel of Fortune, King of Cups, Queen of Swords. They're very strong energies for you, but somehow there's something that's going to keep you up at night or might worry you. Like this is useless worries towards the end of the month. So we'll clarify. All right, so let's see. Let's clarify using the Lenormand. I really like these cards. The readings are coming out really, really nicely with these. Let's see. Okay. And you can start thinking of your question that we're going to do after this. So what is this Ace of Wands about? Ooh, okay. So you got the sickle. I want to get another one on this. The sickle in the Lenormand is usually a very swift action. And it is an Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is also swift action. But I want to clarify, is this you taking this action? The only message here would be when we see the sickle is, if you're taking this action, make sure it's not at the detriment or it's not having a negative impact on others, because it's going to be a pretty strong energy. It's very swift and great. Yes, you're definitely ending something. And from that, you have a new idea with which you're going to put something to rest. So all we're going, being called out here is to do it with compassion, but also like, yes, if it's something that's not been serving, is not in your highest good, then you need to put it to rest, right? What's the Seven of Swords about? Crossroads. Yeah, that makes sense. So crossroads is like making a decision. Do I stay? Do I go? Which direction do I go? And Seven of Swords sometimes can be, when it's your energy, it can be a card of thinking about cutting your losses, right? That you want to leave some things behind. So if you look at this person, they've gathered like 5 of the swords and 2 lay on the ground. And this is an energy of like, understanding, kind of going with this, understanding what you're leaving behind is meant to be left behind and just cut your losses and move on. And that is better than just staying in the crossroads energy, right? So indecision is not the place to be. So do what you can, gather your things. And if this is something that needs to be closed out, let's close it out. Let's see, what's the Eight of Wands about? The Stork, movement. There you go. So these are like double energy cards that I'm seeing here. It's like double clarifying. So remember we said that Eight of Wands could actually be movement or a journey. The Stork also represents movement in a Lenormand deck. And again, it can be physical movement. It can also indicate changes, new beginnings. So either, I don't know, if you're planning to move, migrating, birds migrate, that's what this tells, or this could also indicate what we call an internal journey, both for Eight of Wands and for Stork. So either there is an internal journey, possibly from these aspects of closing things out, or actually physically also moving, right? So how is our luck turning? What is the Wheel of Fortune about? Sorry, too many cards. Coming out of the mountains, right? So whatever the situation is in the beginning of August that you're dealing with, that is coming to a close. The delays, the obstacles in your way are going to be moved out of the way or be resolved with the Wheel of Fortune, because you're coming in with this energy of faith and the Fool, right? Being the Fool. So what is the Fool about? This is really good because the mountain with the Wheel of Fortune says there's really a turn of events that's going to take those obstacles away. So the Fool is about being the fox. There you go. So this is really good because Fool sometimes, gives a bit of a, I would say the shadow side is like not to be foolish, right? As the word suggests. So just follow your heart, but take your brain with you. That's what it's saying. And the fox is one of those cards that says, be smart, be, what's the word? Like, watch out for deceptions, be clever, take clever steps. That's what it's saying. Take a leap of faith, but be clever enough to know not to make any foolish mistakes, right? Very cool. And then what is the Queen of Swords about? Clover. This is the happiest card in the Lenormand deck. Well, besides the Sun. You got 2 luck cards here. You got the Wheel of Fortune in the middle of the month, and you got the Clover and with the Queen of Swords. So Queen of Swords is going to cut out all the crap. And, once you come into that energy of like, I know what's best for me and I don't want anything else, no fluff, your luck really does turn around, right? So harness that energy. So why is the Hangman here? Why is the Hangman here? The moon. So in Lenormand, the moon is ending of a cycle and beginning of the new. This may come like right after the new moon, which is in Leo this month in your sign on the 18th of August. So watch out for what opportunities open up. And where your luck is turning, where things are changing swiftly, because the wheel of karma is turning and you got, really surprises coming in. Watch out for that. And if at first they don't make sense, take a different perspective. That's what the Hangman is telling you. But this is a really positive card in Lenormand, just like indicates the beginning of a new cycle. And it kind of goes with the upcoming new moon in your sign, I believe. Whoopsies, too many. King of Cups. He looks so happy. Just look at him. Such a happy, happy king. It's not like a King of Swords. Okay, so what is this King of Cups about? Yeah, the Wise Man tree. So King of Cups is like really, again, as I said, being in charge of your emotions and being very comfortable with your emotions. The tree it represents wisdom. It represents health and wealth, like being very settled and very in your power. So it's, again, a double energy here saying like, hold your ground. You got this. Just go calm. You're in charge of the situation, right? So let's see. I'm curious. Why do we have the Nine of Swords? Oh, 2 cards flipped. Okay, I'm going to take them both. So with the Nine of Swords, again, Nine of Swords are mental energies. They're not wands. They're not actual physical things. They're not actual physical manifestations, which means this is an anxiety. It's just thinking through it, right? So when we clarify it, we get the ship and the anchor. Now, ship is, again, going along with your 8 of Wands, stork, and the ship all represent movement. They all represent some sort of journey, some sort of migration. If this is a change, as we talked about, closing something out and actually moving, are you moving residences? Are you moving, job, businesses, employment, whatever that may be? Are you moving into a new relationship? All those things are kind of creating this anxiety, right? But you want to remember, you have to keep going back to being your king self, your queen self, so you can tap into the energies of the luck that's turning over here. And then you have the anchor. So 2 cards kind of clarifying Nine of Swords. It's like, there's nothing to worry about. Anchor really signifies stability, right? So this whole change, this journey is actually going to anchor you over time. So whenever you feel this, knock it out. It's in your head. It is literally in your head. So I'm going to do a full circle so we can tie it all together and then get ready to think of a question that we'll get an answer from our angel deck. Okay, so you are starting out the month with some sudden changes because you have a very clear idea of what you want to build again, right? With the grave, the sickle, which is very dramatic. You're like, made a decision, moving on. And that spark is going to take you over the delays that have been there. The blockers are going to get out. With the Wheel of Fortune, your luck is going to turn. You are going to come into something really new, and it's going to be a new cycle. So you're called to take a different perspective. It's probably not something you've done before. So being the Hangman energy is like taking a different perspective on things, because you're the King of Cups. You are the wise person. Okay, you got this. Let go of these unnecessary worries. This is a journey. It's just, transition of phases. You're going to settle down. You're going to anchor into something very solid. Your luck is changing. You've got the Clover card. Things, once you open up and come into this stay in the Fool energy, stay in that positive energy, you're going to really be able to tap into the Clover, migrating to new things, getting off of the crossroads. It's very important not to stay in the crossroads energy. That's a very stagnant energy. So when you're at the crossroads, Make a decision, doesn't matter. Just make a decision, cut your losses, right? Seven of Swords, cut your losses, take what's important, forget the rest, and move on so you can end that old cycle. All right. So I feel this is beautiful. It's a very empowering reading that you've got this, and just keep remembering that. Okay. Awesome. So think of a question. This is my favorite part. And we're going to do just one question because the more cards you have, confusing it gets, and you want to know all the answers. So think of a question, one question that you would like to ask the angels. And I'm using the Angel Answers Oracle deck. Let's see what they have to say. All right. So I can't make this up. Perfect timing. All right, so if you're at this crossroads trying to figure out whether I do this or not, here's your answer. So usually like my Oracle cards also go with the reading, but I'm just jumping in. Whatever your question was, this is your answer. So I hope this helps. It is perfect timing for whatever you asked. I wish you really the very best, and have a wonderful August. This is your month. There's a lot of activity in the sky. I would highly recommend looking into Lionsgate and New Moon, as those are going to be really powerful for Leah. So with that, I wish you the very best, and namaste, much love and light. Take care. Bye.